SexyHackers.com.
Sexy Hackers Clothing presents a podcast where anything can happen, especially if it's on a terrifying island of terror.
My sunburn. That's the worst thing that happens on an island.
Warning. Warning. Do not read this book straight through from beginning to end. These pages contain many different adventures you may have as you discover the secrets of Terror Island. From time to time, as you read along, you will be asked to make decisions and choices. Your choices may lead to success or disaster. The adventure you have will be the result of your choices. After you make a choice, follow the instructions to see what happens to you next. Think carefully before you make a move. The dangers on Terror Island threaten the entire planet, and it may be up to you to save us from world destruction. Good luck.
SexyHackers.com.
Life is like a story with many paths to choose. I gotta get some good friends to help me make it through. So here's the plan, just take my hand, the adventure's just begun. And all we have to do is turn to page fun.
And welcome to Turn to Page Fun. That Turn to Page Fun was just for James Boland, who told me that I should do it that way. Turn to Page Fun, the only podcast where I, your host, Nick Fear, read through a bunch of Choose Your Own Adventure books with some very, very funny people. An idea so great that I immediately stole it from my partner and froze her out of the production process. Currently, we are reading Terror Island by Tony Kolz, and that is copyright 1986 by Bantam Books. And with me this week, over on my far right, I have musician and actor and improviser and writer, Mr. Brian Bear. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Nick.
How you doing this week?
Oh, I'm great. I'm just great. You know what? I've really come around on the Omicron Corporation.
Oh, yeah?
I think they're great, and everything they do is in our best interest.
Oh, how's that new job going with you?
Oh, it's going great. They gave me a special helmet and everything. I'm very excited to be part of their family.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting news.
Yes, it is.
Over on my immediate left, I have a professional homeowner, comedian, dog owner, and dog rescuer, and writer, and all-around wonderful, funny, amazing person, Miss Laura Holterman. Hi, Laura. How are you this week?
Hi, Nick. You know, you pick on me for owning a house, but Brian owns a house too.
Yeah, but Brian was never so proud of buying their house.
It's
Really fucking proud.
long ago. Just wait till all the things go wrong with your house.
Like the hole in our roof.
Yeah, like that. Yep.
I'm not just talking about the chimney, which they put there. That's a purposeful hole.
Right.
There was
This is
actually
just
a
another-
hole in the chimney.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Like, but not the hole they put there.
And it's your problem now.
I know.
Home ownership.
But we partially fixed it. We essentially put a scarf on our house.
Oh, that's nice. Now it's
And,
cozy.
well, and the good thing about owning the house is you can actually do something about it. This morning we found out that our hot water heater isn't working, and so now we have no idea what to do, and we have to rely on our landlords or overlords to come in and fix it.
That's the worst. I'm so sorry.
It'll be fine.
It'll be
enough.
fine.
We got a tea kettle. There you go.
Then why are you complaining about your
Why are you
water
complaining?
heater?
Your oven works, doesn't it? Finally, we have a very special guest this week, returning from last week. A very, very funny improviser. You may recognize him from the hilarious Pass Me a Beer videos. You also may recognize him on Red Letter Media. And most importantly, you may recognize him on your Amazon Prime accounts because he has a movie called The Field that is available for purchase on Amazon Prime.
It's fun.
Please welcome Mr. Tim Higgins. Hi, Tim.
Hi.
How
it's
are
great
you?
to be back.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Good.
I had a great week.
Yeah.
I'm ready to make better choices. It's like
they're never much better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but this is helping me actually make decisions now instead of just like
Right.
meh.
You just
you
gotta
feel
do it.
empowered to make a decision.
Right.
Yeah. Because it actually gives you a decision. Because many people don't know this, but deciding not to make a choice is still a choice.
It's still a choice.
I love Rush.
But Choose Your Own Adventure books lets you, it boils down actual choices for you to make. So you
Yes.
don't have to choose not to choose.
And unlike real life, you can go back and remake those choices.
Well, yeah, that's how it works, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
You make a
can go
mistake
back.
and then, it doesn't,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
My time machine is working great. Thank you very much.
Right. Like,
Currently, we are reading Terror Island by Tony Kolz. And what's happened so far in Terror Island is we are on a vacation with our father's friend, Bill Sutherland,
suspicious.
which it's just a vacation for two people. And you are just sailing around the world, and he is spending most of the time in his sailboat down in the basement, looking at electronics. You sailed to this mysterious island chain.
A problematic tour.
A problematic tour. The kind of tour where you have to put clothes on to go on deck.
Sign me up.
And you hit a mine by this mysterious island, and we have swum to shore with Bill. Then we met Viktorov, and Viktorov said he had an inside guy on this island that's owned by the Evil Omicron Corporation, but that guy was a double agent, and they threw us in a pit of snakes.
Damn it, Carlos. Sea snakes.
But that didn't. Yeah, sea snakes, which
Sea
are
snakes.
they are actually very deadly. Deadly. sea
They
snakes.
are
Yeah, they do have
the deadliest
the
snake.
deadliest snake.
Is a sea snake different than an eel?
Yes.
Just to me
Yes.
that-
Eels are fish.
Eels are
Sea
fish,
snakes are
snakes are
reptiles.
snakes.
Yep.
Duh.
Duh.
Snakes
so
are
a sea snake.
snakes.
So a sea
Laura.
snake is a snake that made itself a snake on land and said, "Fuck this noise! I'm going back to the water."
Back to the ocean.
So sea snakes are like the seals of eels.
But
Seals of eel.
silly question. Can't all snakes swim?
Yes.
I'm thinking of I
Most-
had a water moccasin slither across my foot as a child.
Yeah,
It was one
they
of the
can.
scariest.
They
things
can
that ever
swim.
happened to me.
Most
Most snakes can't swim, but
So aren't
sea
all
snakes
snakes sea snakes?
prefer to swim because they can hold their breath like.
Yeah. And they're saltwater. Sea snakes are saltwater snakes.
Which makes the venom more potent.
Yes, because you got to kill your your
The
fish quick.
saltiness.
And the saltiness.
Yeah.
And they are salty. They're just salty all the time.
Salty all the time.
Now
They're
they
like,
said they had paddle fins, so it's like,
Yeah, their tails are little paddles.
oh, so it has an extra,
Yeah, when it's doing its S motion.
like flattens out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sea
I had
snakes
zoo books.
swim better
Snakes.
than a regular snake.
I'll
And most
never go in
most
the
like
water.
regular snakes kind of stick to the surface of the water.
Pretty cool. Yeah, closer.
They kind of just float
swim
and
across
slide
the
across
surface.
the water. Where sea snake can actually dive and swim
Yeah.
and hold its
Oh,
breath and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'll just never go in the ocean.
No,
You shouldn't.
That's a good plan.
The ocean wants to kill you. That's my hard and fast rule. All the ocean wants is to kill you in a variety of ways.
He talks to the ocean all the time.
Yeah, it's true. We're
When can I kill Laura? I'll get her there. Don't worry.
well, not specifically Laura. I think it wants to kill everyone.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after Denizens of the Deep were recruited by these evil Omicron Corporation, they didn't even need helmets. They just put them in a
Yes.
bat, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll
Right.
kill anybody you drop in here because we just love
Hungry.
to kill things."
Yep.
After we were murdered by venomous sea snakes, we decided that we were going to go back and see what happens if we didn't follow Viktorov, the fat KGB agent, and rather stayed with Bill, our father's friend, as she is injured.
Possibly kidnap her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, you know what, I'm comfortable with this choice because of the amount of sweat and grease that's described
Yeah.
on Viktorov.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I got body
Yeah.
odor issues. I don't want to go with him. He's
all
a
right.
stinky guy.
He's yeah.
No
yeah.
matter the size of hanky.
No matter what hanky
No
you
cleaning that
choose.
off.
No.
All right, let's
Okay.
stay with Bill
All right.
in a cave.
You'll have to go without me, you tell Viktorov. I'm not leaving Bill. Victorov shuffles away and climbs back up the chimney. Well, I guess I better shuffle. He touches his nostril and winks and goes
And
right up.
Well, the chimney he went with a smile.
Leaving his snail trail of slime behind him.
Gross.
His sweat.
That's how he moved.
He's just glides on his own sweat.
G and KGB is gross.
G and KGB is gross. Bill falls into a deep sleep even before Viktorov says goodbye.
Rude.
It's mid-afternoon before Bill stirs and opens his eyes. How's it going, old buddy? He says weakly. Well, I'm fine, you say. But what about you? Still breathing. And the old heart's beating. Did Viktorov leave? Yes. Good. I don't trust him. I'm glad you stayed. So what can we do now? You say. You're definitely out of action for a while. Yeah, I know.
Standing up action. But,
That means Omicron mission is up to you. I'm sorry, but we have no choice. Can you handle it? You nod slowly. Not sure that you can.
You cannot.
I'll try. You'll do fine, he says. What you have
It's only
to
a corporation. You're a child.
You know what? Your dad is a real piece of shit. You go on this mission into danger. He could have brought any kind of other agents with him, but no, you're gonna bring a child.
Yeah, why are you on this boat? Like, are you the cover? I don't know. It's like, no, I'm not a secret agent. I've absconded with this underage child. Oh, okay, you're fine.
You're fine.
go on through. Have fun.
You'll do fine, he says. What you have to do is go look around the Omicron base and find out what we're up against. We know very little about the Omicron leaders, especially about this man, Marcus. Find out what you can about him and the others and try to discover their plans and weaknesses. You think you can handle that? Once again, you nod your head slowly. This I know for sure. The Omicron masters are overconfident. They believe they are totally secure here on this island. They may be right about that, but if they are wrong, then we have a little hope. Meanwhile, take a look at this map of Bounty Island.
For a second there, I'm like, go up to the mansion. You know where it is. You're right, I do. And
It's fine.
Scramble up the
Filed it
chimney.
away.
Go take a look around.
Follow the slime trail.
Oh, no.
There is a
Oh, boy.
picture
We gotta see
of
this
the
picture.
map of Bounty Island, which has been drafted by a secret government organization, and it looks like a map to an amusement park.
You're on the back of a cereal box.
It is.
Yeah, our usual cartographer's out. We got Frank's nephew to do it. He's kind of
so as
he's
you
more
can
of an
see-
animator, illustrator than an official cartographer.
He didn't put a picture of the sun in the corner.
Just to show.
Here there be dragons. There's like a
Yeah.
little sea serpent in one corner.
Yeah, there's.
Here's the pirates.
Oh no, there's a sun. There's a sun legend down in the bottom corner.
Is there a pit of sea snakes?
All right, so we gotta hit what? We want to hit Crash Mountain.
yeah,
what's it called? Pirates of the Caribbean,
Where's
Jungle
the-
Cruise.
It's called Bounty Island. And then underneath the Bounty Island, in very official writing, it says, "Be warned, this island is danger grade Z."
Whoa.
That's the worst.
Man, there's no
Or Zed.
grade after
If you're,
that.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
And there's a tower, a stadium, an airfield,
Jumbo Jets.
farms, a village, headquarters, and a power plant, and then the volcano.
And
Is
okay.
there a gift shop?
Yeah, and then there's an arrow saying "You are here."
Well, how do they know you're there?
No, there's no arrow
Okay,
saying "You are."
Sorry, I was fooled.
But this is such a shitty map. It's like,
Oh man.
what secret government organization is this?
Do you feel like you're maybe judging this map harshly because of what you do for a living? Like, as a surveyor, you're like, this is a piece of shit.
Yes, I would be fired if I made a survey map that looked like this. Yes, and I am a land surveyor. I draw maps for a living. And so
This is just
Like you to turn this
quality
in.
maps are something that I have an eye for and I care about. And this, madam, is an amusement park map.
oh.
It is of use to exactly 0 people.
All right. Well, we better get on it because I don't want to get stuck in line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Fast pass.
After you've studied the map, Bill insists you begin your search. You and Bill give each other a hug for courage, and then you climb up the chimney. When you reach the surface, you find yourself in a rocky wasteland. You head east, and soon you are in the tropical rainforest that covers most of the island.
Great.
The map shows a faint path that should lead you to the Omicron base. You search for the path, and before long, you find it. Unfortunately, you also discover that the path is patrolled. A pair of helmeted Omicron slaves is coming up the path towards you, and smashing through the jungle behind them is something you never thought you'd find outside the pages of a book. Half a dozen tigers. Not the usual kind,
Oh.
which would be bad enough,
Right.
but the saber-toothed kind.
Oh my!
The kind that are supposed to be extinct. Neither the slaves nor their mysterious companions appear to have seen you. You wonder if you can hide until they go away.
Yeah.
But maybe it would be safer to make a quiet dash for it. If you decide to hide, turn to page 97. If it seems like a better idea to run away, turn to page 20.
Oh boy.
Gosh.
I think you have a better chance hiding.
Yeah,
because
but-
I don't know how light of foot
Yeah.
this kid may be.
True
Even
that.
though you're in a jungle and
Right.
I'm
I'm
more squishy than crunchy.
I'm thinking though that maybe they could just think if you're light enough, they're like, well, that couldn't be an adult crashing through the brush. Maybe it's a, they might not know it's a person running away if they don't see you. Whereas, correct me if I'm wrong, but tigers can smell things.
I don't know.
You're
They're
hiding.
zoo books. What did those say about how fast can those guys run?
I would-
Saber-toothed
How fast can a
tigers.
saber-toothed tiger run?
They're funny,
books?
faster than you would be my pretty good
that a
assumption.
But what if I'm wearing PF flyers?
Ooh,
Hey-oh.
yeah, that I did not account
Let me
for
just
that.
read this real quick. You are wearing PF flyers.
Oh.
Okay, so we're
Says
pretty
right here.
fast.
Ooh, and we do have our robot speed. So
Yes, because you have your robot strength because you've hoisted Bill, a grown man, out of the water a couple of feet onto a ledge.
right. Yeah, I feel like if we hide, they might smell us out because they're predators that can smell things.
So we want to run.
They could probably smell you already then.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. Unless we're downwind or upwind. Upwind? I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
does not say which wind
Which
we are.
way the
We
wind
did
is
head
blowing.
east.
Yeah, there were no wind currents on that map.
Yes, there are no wind vectors on this map.
All right. Yeah,
It is a useless map.
I say I think we should run away, but I could be outvoted. I don't know.
I'm going to go with run.
You say run.
Run away?
Yep.
Now you can bank this as your told you so point if it turns out we're killed later.
I'll be sure to rub it in.
All right.
But yeah, let's run.
Let's run.
So we're going to run away.
Run away.
Run away.
All
Run
right.
away
And then
before
we're
they.
gonna-
Flyers.
And we're going to bank a told you so point. Who's got the told you so point?
That would be Mr. Tim right here.
Tim? All right. All right.
And what happens if it's the better way to do it? Then I just
You just, you let us hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to rub our noses in it.
That's like
Right.
Good job.
If we fail, but if we succeed, you just kind of
okay.
you know.
You're okay.
All right. So we're going to find out what happens when we run away from these patrolling slaves and half a dozen saber-toothed tigers after this quick word from our sponsors.
SexyHackers.com.
Today's episode of Turn to Page Fun is brought to you by Bounty Island Amusement Park. That's right, it's fun for the whole family at Bounty Island Amusement Park. You can see all sorts of things, from the power plant to the lake to the airfield or the stadium, where you'll play some sort of games, presumably. And don't forget our animal pens full of all sorts of crazy extinct creatures. Check out the farms for food. And there's headquarters, where you'll find all the Omicron masters there to entertain you with their animatronic ways. Be warned, this island is danger grade Z, but you'll still have a great time at Bounty Island, a division of Omicron Corporation.
SexyHackers.com.
And we are back to Turn the Page Fun! So yeah, we have decided that we were going to run away from these saber-toothed tigers that were coming across this path that we found reading this very shitty map that Bill gave us. Those paths being patrolled by slaves and saber-toothed tigers who are being controlled by Omicron brand mind control helmets.
So the tigers have helmets on as well?
Yes.
They did describe that. Okay.
Yes.
Frickin' laser beams.
Yes.
And a real scary picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You race away from the path into the rainforest. Roots and vines hinder your feet, and low branches whip your face. But the pain you feel now is nothing compared to the alternative. You don't want to be lunch for the creatures that were supposed to have vanished with the dinosaurs.
Yep.
Okay, so you're also an idiot. You don't know how time works.
You did not have zoo books.
You did not have zoo books.
Saber-tooth died millions of years separate from the dinosaurs.
Finally, the forest begins to thin out a little, and you come out into a clearing. In the center of the clearing is a wide, clear pool that is fed by a beautiful waterfall.
Oh.
Here's a good place to rest. Get a drink, you think. That's when you hear the blood-curdling shout in a language you've never heard. Cool!
Cool?
Yep.
What? Where?
It's the water slide. Cool.
The advertisement for the drink.
Cool!
Pina coladas and margarita.
Cowabunga! Welcome to paradise. There's a fat guy with a beach ball.
It's just the beginning of the line for the ride.
You twist your head around and look back over your shoulder. At the edge of the clearing, the tiger pack has gathered. They have stopped there, but their muscles are tense. They are obviously eager to spring. Behind them, you can make out the heads of their slave masters. One of the masters shouts another command, "Roach! Scoob? Scoob! Get him!" And the pack leaps forward at you.
Oh, they found us.
You are already moving, and you have never moved faster. But where will you be safe?
Into the pool.
The tigers' mouths gape wide open as they bound closer. You turn to face them. You look pleadingly at the tiger masters. "Please stop them!" You cry out, but the Omicron slaves only laugh. The tigers are so close now. You smell the sickening stench that pours out from deep within their throats. And then they're on you.
Oh.
And you're conscious only of their slashing teeth and claws.
Oh.
The end.
There was a pool right there, you dumb kid.
Dang it. All right.
Is there something you'd like to say?
Yes, Tim.
Told you so. Shoulda.
Yep.
Shoulda hid. Shoulda
Jumped in the pool.
Maybe
Just done a fugitive.
Shmuel, man.
I didn't kill my wife.
To
Covered
be
yourself
fair,
with a big old palm frond.
All right.
there is, if we go back to that and stay put, which I think we should do,
Yeah,
there's no
yep.
guarantee that's going to turn out well either.
That's true. But
Why the hell would a book give you two bad choices? Now that's a douche-ass book.
Welcome to Turn to Page 5.
Turn the page, suck it.
That is a different podcast.
yes,
Thank you very
that
much.
is
Yes.
the
Don't plug
adults
that.
version.
Don't plug that podcast.
Oh my God.
They read old penthouse letters.
If I'm not even
The
gonna
amount
say.
of pubic hair was amazing. So attracted to it.
I never thought I'd write a letter before.
If you decide to write the letter,
if you decide to believe this actually happened.
All right, so we were murdered.
Yeah, we were murdered by saber-toothed tigers
Fine.
We were
while
hungry.
brain slaves laughed at us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the slave masters. That's like, isn't that a double negative? Like,
Yes.
They were the
oxymoron?
masters of.
Oxymoron.
They were middlemen, really.
They were slave middlemen.
Yeah.
Right. And they were enslaved, but they still laughed.
Yeah.
Like, this is so funny.
It's like, you must be under our control, but we'll allow you to find things humorous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, so we're standing
All
still
right.
instead.
So we're hiding,
Hiding.
So we're going to hide
as we should have.
like Tim Higgins told us to in the first place.
That's how I survive. That's how I got to be 42 years old, everybody. Hiding. Hide.
Hiding.
Whenever you can.
Well, you didn't tell us you'd run across saber-toothed tigers before.
Did I not? Zoo books?
Oh. Oh. True. They didn't mention that in 2 books.
Dang.
You scramble under a large, leafy bush, hoping.
Wait,
This is the penthouse letters.
Yes.
Damn it.
Palm fronds. So large leafy palm fronds.
Palm
You
frond.
scramble under a large, leafy bush, hoping you are safely hidden. The guards and their tigers are prowling closer and closer along the path. They are certainly after somebody, but you can't believe that they would know about you. Then they're past. Just to be on the safe side, you wait for over 20 minutes
Oh my God.
before you set off again. Then you begin your hike through the jungle once more.
They would have smelled us.
Suddenly, something grabs your ankle. You look down to see what it is, but before you manage that, you are jerked 20 feet into the air.
Oh, no.
You hang upside down, twisting and turning, feeling a
E-bucks.
bit queasy in the middle.
Yeah.
As you try to bend up to reach whatever it is, a rope that has caught you, you hear a very British voice. Oh my, that won't be necessary. I'll just let you down. You're not the one I expected. I like how it told me how to say this because it said very British.
Very
British.
Yes, I'm very British. You scan the bushes, but the person speaking has chosen not to be seen. The ground comes up slowly to meet you. When you are safely on solid earth, once more, you quickly loosen the noose that binds your ankle and slip your foot free. A little brown man jumps down from the leaves that were concealing him. Hello there, he says, smiling. This is indeed unexpected, but you're a welcome sight. My name is Floyd. I'm sorry for your little adventure in the air, but as I said, I thought you would be someone else. Someone distinctly unpleasant. Hello, you say, holding out your hand. You tell him your name. Then, curious, you ask, whom were you expecting?
You're not going to catch
A fellow named Bill Sutherland. He's wanted for unspeakable crimes.
Well, I was expecting someone in a helmet, Floyd says, slowly turning into, what's his name?
Rex Harrison?
No.
No.
If I capture...
Ian Fleming?
yeah.
Someone's impression of Ian Fleming?
Someone's impression of Ian Fleming. If I capture a slave, I can remove the helmet. I then fix the security inside in a way that prematurely frees the wearer and allows him to join a group of rebel slaves who are now waiting for the moment to revolt against Omicron.
But they're still slaves, so they'll do whatever I say.
Right.
But come, I'll wager that you could eat a little something. Come on with me, and I'll tell you a bit more about the Omicron Masters, and you can tell me about how you came to be here. You realize how hungry you are. Okay, you say, that sounds great. Well, follow me, Floyd says, and be most careful. The Omicron Masters have this place very well organized, so I would say very, very quickly. In fact, it's best not to talk at all.
As I'll be speaking most of the time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The two of you pick your way stealthily through the dense jungle. You figure you've gone about 7 or 8 miles when Floyd raises his hand. You've actually probably gone 100 yards. Jungle is very hard to traverse. All right, he says. Here we are. Follow me. He leaps, catches a low branch of a huge towering tree, and pulls himself up. You do the same, because you're a robot person. Then he points to a series of notches carved into the tree trunk. The notches are, in fact, Floyd's ladder. And they are so cleverly carved that you would never have known they were there unless he had pointed them out to you. You climb up after him, more than 150 feet above the ground. Hidden in the tree's vast leafy canopy, Floyd has built a tree house. Not just a single-room cottage, but a mansion of several rooms that can hold a whole fleet of jumbo jets.
No girls allowed.
Yeah.
But we do have hot tubs.
Yeah, having it.
No girls can be allowed.
Each on its own branch, and each connected to the others by ladders or walkways. This is really nice, you say. Then he leads you inside his living room. Yes, isn't it? Floyd says. And it's completely hidden from both above and below. The Omicron masters would, of course, love to find me. And oh my, how hard they have tried. You look around. There are fluffy, comfortable pillows, a few books, and even a cassette deck with Kenny Rogers and Waylon Jennings cassettes scattered next to it.
In a beanbag chair and a bong.
It's like Floyd knows how to party.
Yeah. Interesting taste for an Englishman, but
Floyd, seeing you look at the cassette deck, says sadly, "Oh my, would you like to listen to some Waylon or Kenny? I certainly would. Unhappily, the batteries have died, and I've been unable to obtain new ones. But here, I'm sure you must be starving. Let me find you some food." He scampers up a ladder into the next room and returns a few minutes bearing a tray loaded with papayas, coconuts, and some cold rice. "Tell me," you ask, "where did you get your English accent?"
What?
You just tell me you asked the stupidest question ever.
who was your dialect coach? I must know.
Right? Just amazing. Let's not question at all this lunch of just pure sugar and carbs. That's fine.
I think you have other things to
Oh,
worry
so
about.
he's not an Englishman, I guess. So you see a brown person and you just assume that they
Oh,
can't
right.
possibly be English.
Of course.
Fuck you.
Learn your actual history.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
All right. The explanation is really quite simple, Floyd says.
I'm fucking
I'm
British.
fucking English. But the book actually says, "I was educated by English missionaries, a lovely old couple from Oxford. Too bad about them." What happened? Oh, they were snatched away by a raiding party from another island. Nasty, nasty bunch. I fear that my friends were turned into missionary stew.
Oh.
But enough sadness. Tell me about yourself and how you came here.
Where did you get your accent?
Why are you a child on this island?
After you give him your story, including the part about Bill's injuries, he turns toward the window and sinks into deep thought. A few moments later, his attention returns to you. "All right," he says. "This is how it is. As I mentioned earlier, I have a plan to organize the freed slaves into a revolt. Now that you have dropped in, it might be a good moment to put in action. If it works, we could do the Omicron masters great damage. On the other hand, if your friend is in as much danger as you say he is, you may prefer to take him and yourself to safety. To be perfectly honest, if I were you, that's what I would do." Then why do you stay here? "I despise the Omicron masters," he says with heat in his voice. "They murdered all my people. My mother, my father, my friends. I am the last of the true owners of this island." "If you try to escape with Bill, turn to page 57. If you decide to help Floyd carry out his plan, turn to page 119.
I feel like
Bill
if
is doing fine.
Bill's fine.
He's in that cave. Maybe just...
I can't go to you with go to Alderaan with you, old Floyd. Yeah, you're gonna go back there. Bill's gonna be burned up.
Bill sent him out. He's like, you have to go complete this mission.
Yeah, that's
Bill
true.
wanted
Yeah,
him to go.
Bill did want us to go.
Bill would probably kill himself. if he
Yeah.
went back.
Bill's probably already dead.
Like, you
Yeah.
did that?
Oh, we came here for nothing.
right?
I kidnapped you. Brought you here for
For
nothing.
nothing, kid.
So we're gonna join the rebellion.
Yeah, you gotta be
Yeah.
part of something bigger.
Yeah.
In the rebellion?
Yeah.
You can't just run
Rebel.
away.
Be part of the uprising that took over the
Right.
land of the indigenous peoples who live there.
I'll
Right,
finally
so-
use my robot powers for good.
Can we take a nap though? I mean, you've been on your feet.
A
It's like
little.
nobody's gonna see anybody.
Again, I
They're,
like how
they're safe in that canopy mansion.
everyone assumes this child that comes into their lives is somehow the solution to their problems. Like, well, I was planning this rebellion, but now a young child is here, and I should. This is the time to act.
And I feel like we've seen that in other storylines. Yeah, this kid, he's the answer to everything.
He's the chosen
Don't
one.
worry.
He's the chosen one. Yeah.
The
chosen one.
But I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll all work out.
All right, so we are going to join Floyd in his rebellion to recapture the island.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to find out what happens when we do that right after this quick word from our sponsors.
SexyHackers.com.
Today's episode of Turn to Page Fun is brought to you by Zoo Books. Zoo Books. It's a long series of small magazines about different kinds of animals, all sorts of animals. It'll teach your kids about the animal kingdom, past, present, and how to save them in the future. This is a real thing. I really appreciate Zoo Books. I learned a lot about animals from them, and it's just a good thing. This is not a joke. Really, read Zoo Books. Get them.
Zoo Books, a division of Omicron Corporation.
Yeah, there's that.
SexyHackers.com.
And we are back to Turn to Page Fun. We are currently reading Terror Island by Tony Kolz. In Terror Island, we have left our friend, or our father's friend, who took us on a vacation around the world, just us and them, and then crashed the boat. We swam them to shore. They were injured. We left them to go attack, or not attack,
Recon.
but
We're on a recon.
do recon against the Evil Omicron Corporation. Then we hid from some saber-toothed tigers. We were caught up in a lure or a snare set by a indigenous person who has a delightful British accent. That we are confused by because we are racist.
Couldn't possibly have that accent on this island.
What?
That's ridiculous.
And he has taken us to his amazingly lavish Robinson Crusoe or Swiss Family Robinson treehouse.
Yep.
And we have decided to help him start his rebellion.
Yes. Floyd's rebellion.
To take back the island. You feel good about joining forces with Floyd. You trust him as you could never trust Viktorov.
What?
And besides, you like his plan. Tonight, he will give you the signal for the freed slaves to revolt. Just to be sure the Omicron masters don't interfere, Floyd will create a diversion by setting loose as many of the caged animals as possible.
Yeah, that's gonna go well.
Yeah.
Before you set out, Floyd opens an ornately carved wooden chest and removes from it tooth sheaths. Inside each are several dozen darts. Careful now, Floyd says. These darts are tipped with the substance I obtained from the poison sacs of the stonefish.
Oop.
It renders humans almost instantly unconscious. At dark, the two of you climb down the massive tree trunk and start out for the Omicron base. Sometime after midnight, you arrive at the animal pens. These lie between the airfield and a number of warehouses. On the other side of the warehouses is the village where Omicron slaves live. Beyond that lie the farmlands. You would know this because you looked at the map.
Thunk.
Dumbass kid.
Stupid map.
The animal pens are surrounded by a 15-foot-high steel mesh fence with gates on both sides. A guard patrols each gate. Stealthily, you and Floyd approach the guards, crawling on your stomachs through the thick grass. Then, you take one of the darts, and at a hand signal from Floyd, you hurl it at the guard farthest from you.
It's just like darts, like throwing darts?
Yeah, like I guess like throwing darts. Like, yeah.
Engage targeting system.
So this kid is clearly us, and he's from Wisconsin, so he's been playing darts his whole
Playing
life.
darts his whole life. Yep.
Are we doing 301, 501, or cricket? All right.
All right, I'm gonna go play with bar dice while you guys decide.
All right, cool.
I just want to see the scene where you're just throwing dart after dart because you're a kid and you just keep missing. Floyd's like, what the fuck?
You're not a secret agent.
Give me the darts.
Give me all those darts. Then you take one of the darts, and at a hand signal from Floyd, you hurl it at the guard farthest from you. The instant it hits, Floyd delivers a sharp blow to the back of his neck.
Wait a minute.
Bam!
Trust me, it's the
all right,
poison
all
that
right.
knocked him out.
You hit him with a dart, and I'll braid him with this axe. And then he'll be knocked completely unconscious. You're killing people, Floyd. No, it's the dart.
It's the dart, you see.
Just a little distraction is all.
That distracts them, and then I murder them. These are the bad slaves. Don't worry.
Both guards crumple to the ground, unconscious.
And you're part of it now.
Yeah, so Floyd's got you murdering people.
Nice.
That poison does not make you unconscious. It kills you.
Yeah, unconscious forever.
There's nothing in that. There's no poison.
Oh, it's just he just wanted to make you feel important. And so he's doing all the work.
Ow, what the? Oh. That poor guard. You move swiftly through the gate. Floyd seems as familiar with the animal pens as he is with the rest of the island. In seconds, you are standing before a heavily barred gate with a sign that reads, Saber-toothed Tigers. Saber-toothed tigers, you exclaim. I met up with those early today. Aren't they supposed to be extinct? They were, Floyd says, but Omicron scientists have been fiddling with genes, DNA, and the like, and now we have before us some of the results. Saber-toothed tigers. And quite ferocious they are indeed. You mean Omicron could even make dinosaurs?
Yes, but that's on another island.
That's a
They
different.
could, Floyd says significantly. But now we have a decision to make. One of us has to contact the rebel slaves. They know me, and they most assuredly don't know you. So they're more likely to trust me. On the other hand, one of us must release the animals. And I have a way with wild creatures. They'll obey me. If you decide to try to contact the rebel slaves, turn to page 65. If, instead, you elect to stay and free the tigers, turn to page 72.
So-
Wasn't it decided already?
That he was going to do the tigers, and you were
Yeah.
going to do the,
the signal?
But now he's realized how poorly you
Useless
managed
you
to
are.
murder your guard that you might not be up for the tiger bit.
Here's your choice. I've got two things that I'm especially suited for, but I want you to do one of them because, God, why did I bring you along?
There
Why
isn't
doesn't
much time, you see.
Floyd give him,
God.
like a finger. Kid. Yeah. Take my finger.
Take my
The
finger.
slaves will recognize it and know that you're part of us.
All right, now you must tell them the code word. When you've got to know when to hold them and know when to fill them.
Know when to walk away, and that's when you run.
Wait. That's only sing lady.
Just sing, lady. Lay, lady, lay.
Oh, that would be the best. That would be. Yeah.
He couldn't have introduced him earlier. Be like, by the way, everyone, later this evening, this is my trusted friend.
Right.
Nope.
Or
Nope.
yeah, this was poorly planned by Floyd. And maybe the tigers will just not notice us and just be happy to be freed.
Where's a leafy bush?
Yeah. So you just
Leafy bush nearby,
yeah.
and
Then they'll go right past you. He has
Kill tigers and
He
jump
just has
into a
a
leafy
way
bush.
with animals too. He hasn't reprogrammed their brains. He just has a way with them.
Oh.
I think he might be full of shit on the way with animals.
Yeah, I think. Although slaves can be reasoned with, at least you could convince them that you're with Floyd.
And they're behind bars, aren't they? You're
No,
releasing
I
them?
think
These are the
what he
rebels.
did was he managed to reprogram or disable the helmets. And then, so they're still walking around pretending to be slaves, but they're not.
We are slaves.
Yeah, they're like, beep, boop, yeah, me too, guys.
Yeah.
So
I
why
am.
don't we just say, Floyd, You know Floyd, little brown Floyd with the accent for some reason. I don't know why.
Like, whoa, dude, that's not cool.
Well, that's not cool. Let's get him, guys. Let's get him.
Oh, I'm American.
You obey me. Just punch you.
I think
Can't reason. And we were already eaten by tigers once, and
Right. Yeah, I think we go to see the slaves.
You think okay?
It's slaves.
Rebel
Yep.
slaves.
let's
Yeah.
get those.
All right.
Because you
Free
can,
those
you can
slaves.
definitely just yell something to
And-
make them
Right.
realize. It's like, okay.
Some kind
You
of
know
code
Floyd.
word he could give you. I'm hoping. You know Floyd.
Okay. So we're gonna go see what happens when we try to contact the slaves on behalf of Floyd. I'd rather be the one that contacts the rebel slaves, you say to Floyd, after another glance at the fierce beast inside the pen. Yeah, good choice, I think, Floyd says. Here's what you must do. The slave barracks are about half a mile east of here. There are 10 of them, all in a row, and you will want the third. That is where the slave called Jonathan is quartered. Jonathan is a leader of the rebel slaves. There's a window beside the cot where he sleeps. It's a second window to the right of the barracks door. Do you have all that? Yes, you say.
Your robot brain writing it
Third
down.
barracks,
Filed it in away.
third barracks, second window on the right of the door. Good, Floyd smiles. Next, you must tap on the window this code. Lady. 3 taps, then a pause. 2 taps, then a pause. Then 1 tap. 3, 2, 1, you repeat. Contact, he says. No. If it is safe for Jonathan to join you, he will tap the same code backward. Since Jonathan does not know you, he will need some means of identifying you. When you meet, before you say the following password, Liberty. After that, he will give you further directions. Okay, you say.
Can I write this down?
This is
No.
unnecessarily complex.
Who else is knocking at these windows?
I mean, there might be the, standard hourly window knock.
It could be
they just do.
Viktorov going knocking at windows. Oh, I don't know the code.
Oh, okay, you say, hoping you can remember all of this. All right, then, be off with you, and take care. This is a perilous business. I'll try to meet with you again soon.
No, don't repeat it back. No, just go.
Just go.
You rush to the barracks to find the third one. Then you locate the second window on the right of the door. You reach up and tap. 3, pause. 2, pause. 1, you wait. And you wait.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Floyd double-crossed us.
Jonathan.
Come on, Jonathan, move, you say to yourself. You can hear the tap. 1, 2, 3. He's coming. Then, when Jonathan first sees you, he looks a little alarmed. But as soon as you whisper the password, he relaxes. Ah, you must be from Floyd, he says. I just left him, you explain. He's freeing the saber-toothed tigers to set up a diversion for you and your band. His band?
We're going to get back together. They're allowing us to perform.
Waylon Jennings cover band. It's going to be great.
Let me wake up the bass player.
Right? And your opener is a group of saber-toothed tigers. Great, thanks.
It'll be good.
You better wait here while I wake the rest of the rebels, Jonathan says. We'll meet you in 15 minutes. Exactly 15 minutes later, Jonathan reappears with about 50 men and women. And then, with a grave look, he hands you a laser pistol.
What?
Yes!
This was your father's.
This was your father's. It's a laser pistol. I hope you won't have to use this. He says, no, yeah, he's Obi-Wan now. He says, next he addressed the whole group. All right, I want 5 of you to attack the control tower. The rest will take the mansion with me. Jonathan, you ask, what is the control tower? That's the tall structure between the stadium and the mansion. It's on your shitty map. An Omicron master sits in the cabin at the top of the tower and issues orders by radio to the helmeted slaves. You could probably be very useful to us there. But if you would rather come with me to the mansion, by then all means, do that.
Disable the deflector shields.
If you choose to go to the mansion with Jonathan, turn to page 91. If You would rather join the group that is attacking the control tower. Turn to page 13.
So our choice is the Tower of Terror Island or the Haunted Mansion. This is an amusement park.
Yes. It is clearly an amusement park.
You attack the mansion, you get to see yourself as a ghost.
Yeah, and then you go into a pit of sea snakes.
Yeah. I don't want to go to the mansion. Let's see this tower.
I mean,
That's
if you
what
go to the mansion, though, you have 45 other people along with you.
That's true.
So
A little
you
bit
all
safer
go
in numbers. But you also have a laser pistol, so
true.
you should feel like king of the fucking world.
Yeah. Lasers, pistols.
I just, their plan though is like they're only sending 5 people to like the most important part of the plan, which is to knock out the entire slave network.
Yeah.
Like, why don't they all just go to the tower, knock out the slave network, and then go to the mansion with everybody?
Man, what's Floyd doing at this point?
Well, Floyd's creating diversion.
Yeah, well,
he's
he's
playing with
I mean,
he's
you know
having
what?
his way.
It's their
certain way
first-
with the animals. What?
It's their first rebellion, okay? They don't know what's
trying,
gonna, you know,
They're
they're doing their best.
I say go to the tower.
Yeah.
Knock that shit out.
Yeah, they're gonna need
then-
us.
Then
Yep.
you can control everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
make them
Tim's
dance.
secret plan?
Make 'em
Yeah.
dance.
Take
Good
over
plan
the
all
island?
along.
So we gotta vote to go to the tower.
Yeah, I think we're unanimous.
I'm
Go to the
Tower.
go to the tower.
Tower of
All right,
Terror.
we're all gonna go to the
Have
control
fun
tower.
storming
They can-
the
So we're gonna find out what happens when we go to the control tower next week. Turn to page fun.
Such a cliffhanger.
I know we're a tower hanger hanging off a tower.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Big thank you to Sexy Hackers for giving us this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful space to talk about these books. Big thank you to David, our engineer today.
Used to.
We don't make him make that noise. He just
Should
does
we
it.
should we unchain him soon?
no.
right.
If we unchain him, he'll run away.
Fire back. Fire.
There's no podcast.
Oh, we never should have genetically engineered him.
Put his helmet back on.
Put his helmet back on.
Good job.
Not only does Sexy Hackers provide wonderful space for many, many amazing podcasts and the like, it also provides you, the listener and consumer, amazing T-shirts to buy at affordable prices that look so cool and are so comfortable and oh so efficacious. So please go ahead and go to the Sexy Hackers website and get yourself a T-shirt. You can even get a T-shirt that has our logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I think
you can even get your own Turn to Page Fun T-shirt, your own Turn to Page Fun sweatshirt, and it is the holiday season. So if you are coming up against a deadline for somebody that you do not know what to buy for, buy them a Sexy Hacker T-shirt.
it's the perfect gift.
It is the perfect gift. It will bring your family back together. I am promising you this right now. Do you have an estranged loved one? Get them a Turn to Page Fun T-shirt, and all will be forgiven.
None of this is guaranteed.
Nothing will be forgiven. So go ahead. They make wonderful gifts, and again, they are oh so comfortable and efficacious. Thank you so much to Miss Laura Holterman. It is December. It is the holiday season. What's going on with you?
Oh, for this bright, shiny holiday season, I have a couple of shows, but also focusing on one of our super fun podcasts, also here on the Sexy Hackers family, Who Let Me Read This. Coming out in December is our Sweet Valley High holiday special, The Evil Twin. Yeah. Myself and a group of folks get together to discuss the inappropriate books of our youth. Coming out for the next year, we're talking about Judy Blume's Blubber. Yeah, where we bully children and fat shame them and with little to no repercussions.
Yep.
Such a fun time. Yep.
Good stuff.
That's
That
my holiday
sounds-
season.
That sounds like quality holiday programming
Yeah.
from Sexy Hackers.
Oh boy.
Podcast Network. Mr. Brian Bear, what's going on for the holidays for you?
Well, I'll plug it this time in case for some reason you didn't tune in last week. Check out Boozy Bard Productions. We're doing A Christmas Carol for several Fridays in December, and I think a Saturday or two.
And this is locally in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee, yes. And also you can check out at some point in December Stars War, One Magic Sithmas, a stage reading of our Variety Hour Happy Hours comedy Star Wars parody show. It's coming back. So, I think that's it. Also, Hail Omicron. And that's all I got.
Omicron.
Hello, Omicron. And then finally, a big thanks to Mr. Tim Higgins. Thank you so much. It has been very fun having you here. Tim, it is December. Where can people see you live in person and look at your face?
You can come see me pretty much, I think, Sundays. Sundays I give tours at the Milwaukee Brewing Company. That's on 9th Street, 3 blocks west of the Forum. And it's like noon, 1 and 2 o'clock tours. I usually run them. That's always a fun time. We give a lot of beer out, and it's affordable. And a great Christmas gift idea. Beer.
Yeah.
That brings a family together.
Beer
That's
and
that.
Sexy Hackers t-shirt or sweatshirt.
Yes.
Clothes the family and then
'em
sustains the family.
And helps tolerate sustained family. But also, I have improv shows, stand-up shows. There's Voyager, which is the second Tuesday of December. And then Deep Space, which is the last Thursday of December. Those can be found on information about that on the Facebooks and the Instagrams. The internet in general. Yeah, at large.
Just ask the internet.
Yeah. And then if you see me on the street or something, just say, hey. And then
Password is
Come on.
Liberty. If you see Tim
Liberty.
Higgins on the street.
I'll be like, who the fuck? Liberty?
Okay.
All right.
All right, hold on. Tap on this window real quick.
Let me hug you like my friend Bill.
Oh, no.
A hug for courage to keep you happy this holiday season. Courage hugs.
Courage hugs. And thank you, most importantly, to you for being you, listening to us read to you. I'll give you one big, hearty courage hug through your ears. And with that, I will see you next week through your ears as well. Goodbye.
SexyHackers.com Stream Team!